Hi, my name's Michael. I'm the Operations Support Manager here at Metricon Homes in the Regional West. My academic background was started quite a long time ago in basically secondary school, obviously. Went through to year 12 and then went into TAFE. What I studied there was architectural drafting, it was called. That was back in the late 90s, I guess, and there was a boom in the housing industry, so I thought that's a good place for me to get into. Unfortunately, at the end of the course, the housing industry went in the skids, basically, so I had to come up with something else. So I went into hospitality and took a detour in hospitality for probably 15 odd years. So started managing hotels and things like that. Then we built a house. That's me, my family, and my wife and I at the time built a new house out in Point Cook, where things were starting to boom again. And I got to talking to our person that was our builder, and they said that you should apply for a job in the building industry. So, I thought, I've been doing this hospitality thing for a while. It's a bit of a young man's game, so I'll give that a crack. And yes, I started working for Metricon in the Metro office, which is up in Mount Waverley, about 22 years ago this week. And I've done a variety of roles within Metricon as a company. A lot of customer interaction stuff, so looking after them as their representative, I guess, through to contract signatories and various management roles throughout the company until such time as about 12 years ago we moved down to the Regional West office, and then in the last probably 3 or 4 years I've been doing this role, which is Operations Support Manager. And yeah. My current role here at Metricon Regional West it's called Operations Support Manager. So part of my role is it's essentially looking at compliance. So from the very start of a customer's journey with us, right up until pretty much the end, where we would hand the file over to the site team to build the home. So I look after a group of people who are in the it's called the sales technical department. So we would get a customer's home that they've selected with our sales consultants, review their selections, the land, and everything relating to, so can we build it, basically. So can we build it due to the planning conditions, the council requirements, the building surveyor requirements, just the buildability of the house, and any modifications the customer has asked us to provide. So we would give advice back to the sales consultant on its buildability. So twofold: looking after the customer, making sure that they are aware of what they can and can't do before we get too far along in the process and they commit too much of their time and money, and also to protect the Metricon business and our workflow, essentially. So we're not working on something that's pretty much going to go nowhere. So that's part of the role, and then the rest of the role is at the end, when we're applying for a building permit. So again, looking at compliance of the file at the end of the job. It's sort of like a QA. So given that I've been here for such a long time, I've pretty much got a handle on most stages of going through the customer's journey through our teams. So I'm sort of able to help out many departments with that with any questions or concerns that they have, because I've probably seen it all before. The skills that are important for my role would be probably twofold. There's the technical skills which you would need, which encompass how to build a house or how a house is built, things about the building regulations, planning regulations, developer requirements, a whole lot of those kind of things that you need to understand when you're seeing if a house will actually work and be able to be built. And probably secondary is and probably more importantly, is the interpersonal skills that you develop with the customers, and your communication skills, your follow-up skills, your attention to detail, and those kind of things, and relationship building, which over my experience, those kind of things really stand you in good stead. The technical skills and the interpersonal skills, to be honest, came sort of just through time and practice, really, and just listening, and just for more of a want to learn and ask questions, see how other people do it who I thought they're good at what they did. You know, if I saw someone that was really amazing at communicating and seemed to do it so easily, I'd sort of ask the questions of, how do you do that, well, that kind of thing. And I think my time working in the hospitality industry, where you're forced to interact with other people all the time, that sort of gave me that skill. So I've never had any real issues in communicating and talking. But like I said, the technical skills, they do take some time, and but you just immerse yourself in anything you can, any training you can do, and again, just seek out people that know more than you do and pick their brain. The aspects of my role that I find most enjoyable and rewarding, it would be just the changing nature of this industry. I'm always coming in here, and there's always a different situation or a different personality or a different event that you're forced to confront. So it can be challenging. I'm not going to say it's not, but it's also exciting to come to a solution, and at the end of the day, help one of our customers move into their house, or one of the staff have a good experience themselves. The most challenging part of my role would probably be working with external parties and factors that are out of your control. Obviously, as a builder, we're dealing with many third-party representatives, whether it be the bank, the land developer, the council. They all have their own agenda which you have to work around, but obviously they're not sharing the same vision essentially sometimes, so it can be tricky to maintain that, along with just trying to achieve consistency in message and delivery of product, because we obviously have a lot of people in my time have come in and out of the business, and so to be consistent is always challenging. So you've got to be vigilant and stay on top of your team to ensure that your delivery is the same time after time. Over the next 5 years, I'll probably see my career heading in a more direction of teaching, training and developing others, rather than being directly involved. It probably seems a more of a logical step for me. I enjoy that part of the role, so if something comes up in that, there's nothing specifically in that area at the minute, but that I would see would be a natural progression for me to go down that path. The guidance that I would offer to building students to ensure that they're ready for an industry like the building industry is to absorb everything you possibly can. Any time you get an opportunity to learn something new, take it. Anytime you get to read something, just read it. And then again, like I've said before, if you see people out that you think can help you, then do so. And also, as part of that, is build your relationships. Just keep building relationships with people and companies and whoever that may be, whether it be your friends and your family who know somebody in the building industry, or because it's surprisingly down the track how often it will come back and help you, or the reason that you learnt that was for this moment in time. So I think always be open to the opportunities that present. So I was just starting out, and I was doing a job called Statement of Cost Signatory, which is basically presenting a customer it's the first time they've seen their plans on the site with the site costs involved. And my job was basically to show it to them, explain what we're doing, it costs this much and why. So that could be pretty challenging in itself, because potentially there was, some costs that they weren't nearly necessarily expecting, something like that. But it was my first day doing this job, so I'd never done it before. So the manager at the time was going to come out and sit with me, and we're going to basically go through the first one together with this customer, which is fine, which is great. So the reception called and said the customers are here. So they were sitting, and I was walking out with my staff, was real ready to go with pen in hand, notes, and the managers walked past. He said, "Hey, Michael, I can't make it. You'll have to just go by yourself." And so my eyes started freaking out a bit, and thinking I've never done this before. I actually have no clue what I'm about to do. So there was a moment of panic, but I just walked in, and basically just all the years of communicating and learning and asking questions, and I must have known a lot more than I thought I knew. So I was able to get through it. Had a great meeting with this lovely couple, who essentially gave me a really good review with my manager. So it actually worked out quite well. So I guess you don't know what you can do until you try. So it was good feeling.